Sagittarius, welcome to May. I have a May reading for you, and before we do anything else, let's cleanse some of your energy. Take a deep breath in, close your eyes if you need to. Deep breath in, deep breath out. I'm sure you'll appreciate the fire show I've got going. Give you a good cleanse. I haven't done this for anyone else. Don't forget who loves you, huh? Sagittarius. Oh, Sagittarius. Clean it up, dude. Clean it up. I feel as if you need a really good smudge. I feel like you really just need a really good energetic cleanse, and I would strongly suggest the smudging, the sage, the Palo Santo, the rosemary, whatever you can get your hands on. Give it a good old smudge. Clean up your energy, clean up your surroundings, a good spring clean. Get into your energy again, Sagittarius, because I just feel like you've been so pulled at and so siphoned and hooked at, and it's just like, whoa. Give Sagittarius a break for a second. But the best thing for me to tell you, Sagittarius, is if you want to have a break, give it to yourself. I think these are all your cards, so I'm going to take them. Bottom of the deck was the Ace of Cups. Let me just line these up and we'll go through them. Okay. Can you see these? Is that right? Can you see? Oh, I'm such an annoying Virgo, aren't I? It has to be perfect. Right, Sagittarius. Where do we begin? Sagittarius, there's a whole bunch of conflict that's been going on. And the thing with conflict is that it kind of sorry, I'm just ruining my display here. The thing with conflict is, Sagittarius, there is only so long it can go in your energy before it really starts. There is only so long it can happen around you before it really starts infiltrating your energy and getting your back up and having you in this really defensive place of mind, and everything's a battle and everything needs to be won. And that in itself is properly toxic. And Eight of Cups here is kind of reassuring because it is a bit like, okay, Sagittarius, you know this isn't working. You know this isn't satiating. You know this isn't good for you. All of this conflict energy, it kind of needs to be wound up. It needs to come to a close. Cycles need to be rounded up. This is where you're at right now. 7 of Wands, the 9 of Wands. Really frazzled, really burdened, bruised, battered, low confidence, low self-esteem. And it's like you're just about to come into this really abundant phase. Money's gonna begin to look really good, and there's all this stuff that you need to be celebrating. But before we even get onto that, if you're not willing to close up certain cycles, if you're not willing to recognize the fact that your energy is massively suffering, it's kind of going to hinder you. You've got to move on from something that's really, really not satisfying. And if it's time, if the battles are done, if you're done exerting all of this energy trying to win against people that quite clearly are they're kind of stupid because they kind of already know that they're wrong and they're not going to win, but they're still showing up for battle. And it's like, if you are consistently put in this situation, it's going to affect your energy. And so if you've been trying to make something work, and you've been trying to really plug in and really get on with it, and it just seems as if you're being poked and prodded at from every single direction, and it doesn't matter what you do, nothing's working, it doesn't seem to stick. Coming from a place of low confidence, coming from a place where you're quite clearly just exhausted by carrying all these burdens, if you don't move on, Sagittarius, and if you don't take accountability for the fact that your mental well-being, your mental health, your peace of mind is what is going to grant you success and victory. It's the stuff that basically means you get to look after yourself. All of this is kind of holding up your abundance, Sagittarius. How does that feel? Knowing that it doesn't matter how hard you try, or knowing that all of the efforts that you're kind of exuding right now are kind of gonna be futile, really, because you're surrounded by this real tense energy, and I just feel like you're being belittled, and I feel like you're being gaslit, and I feel like you might be dealing with a full-on narcissist. And it's just that while you're dealing with fighting off and being in this energy of battle, it's affecting everything else. It really is just affecting everything else. It's like the worst way for you to have to use your energy, because all of this conflict and all of this like external crap that's just being thrown at you, it's taken its toll. It really has. And if you're frazzled, and if you're trying, and if it just seems like nothing you do seems to be working, it's because your energy is overburdened and overwhelmed. And you kind of are in this like paranoid, prison of your own making state, really battered, really bruised. And it feels as if like it doesn't matter what you do, the battle just does not want to stop. And you know what I'm talking about here. And you know that it's affecting the rest of your life. Your ability to take on certain actions, your ability to see through certain things, like your temperament is probably shot because you're dealing with somebody who is belittling you or putting you down, or everything's a fucking complaint. You have to close up this cycle. And you have to move on. Because there is an awful lot of abundance that's trying to make its way to you, which is kind of being held up because of a lot of this low vibrational conflict energy that's it's like wreaking absolute havoc on your nervous system. A cycle's got to be closed up. And I hope to God it's the end of this Five of Swords, having to really charge into battle. It's just so exhausting. And I can see it. It's really showing through. Do what you can to cleanse this energy out of your life, Sagittarius. Go book a reading with me, go to a counselor, go see a therapist. You've got to get it off your chest. And until you're not willing to do something about it, Sagittarius, you might kind of be stuck in this like Groundhog Day of waking up to the same conflict, trying so hard to make something work, and just ending up really overwhelmed and overburdened instead. Now, I don't want this to be what May is about for you, so I've put this out here and I've told you, walk away from the conflict. If someone's a full-on narcissist and they're just really got their hooks in you and they're just clawing at your energy, if you're not looking after yourself, Sagittarius, who else is going to look after you? Huh? Sort this out. All that conflict, you gotta move on. You really gotta move on. If you want May to be May with Mercury and Venus in Gemini, can be quite free. It can be the freedom that kind of gives you the confidence to just get up and rock on. Get up and rock on. And what you do by that is reaffirm your own value and reaffirm your own worth, and let people know that you're not there to be abused. And if you've been abused, and if you're being abused, you've got to move on. Because somebody coming at you and complaining and belittling you and putting you down is toxic, and it's abuse, and it's dangerous. And I want you to take this seriously, Sagittarius. Move on. The opportunity for you to go and find something that's more emotionally fulfilling, emotionally more satiating, is right here in May. Come this new moon, this is a new beginning. Come the 26th is a full moon lunar eclipse in your sign. You might be pushed out of a situation that's not emotionally fulfilling for you, has not been satiating, has not been worth it, is a whole bunch of bollocks. Tie it up and move on. The World card is an invitation for you to close up certain cycles, but more so anything, to kind of put yourself into the main frame here. Apply courage, focus, communication, and real intense dedication to creating abundance in your life. Because whatever is going on, all this tension, all of this conflict, all of it is hindering you from your success. Success that is supposed to be your success, that you're supposed to be working on, success that's supposed to be happening for you right now. And if you feel like nothing is working right now, I don't think I can say it any more times. It's because of the conflict that you're surrounded by. Low vibration energy never lies, Sagittarius. Energy does not lie, and if your energy is low, it's probably because you're surrounded by a lot of low vibrational people, and you might need to cleanse that out. See a counselor, speak to a therapist, book a reading, do something, huh? I'm not going to take any of these, but the Justice card did come out, and it could be in regards to a Libra, doesn't have to be. I'm just going to put this right here. Balancing the scales out might be something that you've got to do yourself, and you might need to take the initiative to kind of lay down the law and balance a few things that have been way out of whack. Detach yourself a little bit from the outcome, and detach yourself from the people that you're like really highly associated to this conflict with. At the end of the day, in May, you're moving on, and what you do is you embrace a whole new life, a whole new world, a whole new cycle that's full of a lot of prosperity, abundance, wealth, a lot of money, Sagittarius. And it comes from making a trip. It comes from making a journey. It comes from doing the right thing. It comes from balancing out the scales. It comes from doing the thing that you would do if you were advising your friend. It comes from doing the thing that means that you're actually putting yourself first. It comes from doing the thing by ending out certain cycles that needed to be long dead a long time ago. Scorpio card, Scorpio full moon. That full moon was really, really nice. Because it not only made you aware of your deepest desires, it kind of gives you this all or nothing attitude. And come your full moon lunar eclipse, you're not asked to start new things. You're asked to tie up loose ends. And you're asked to really accept the death of certain things. And the thing with that is that it gives you a chance to rebirth. It gives you a chance to grow again. It gives you a chance to go and discover what it is that you love. It gives you a chance to go get your confidence and your courage back. So, end the lethargy. End the stagnation. Ooh, wow. You saw how that card flew out. 10 of Swords. It can be done in a really good way. Ending this cycle can be done in a really nicely done way, or it can end up in you being completely depleted. And there's got to be some sort of damage control that you take right now, Sagittarius, to be sensitive to yourself and to the situation and see what it is that you can do to really end this backstabbing, this betrayal. There's a new dawn. and you're given an opportunity to ascend, and you're being asked to take initiative to really close out what does not serve, what you know is wrong. Close it out, Sagittarius. Close it out. Close it out. And you never... Listen, Sagittarius. Don't let yourself be drained and depleted. The only one who's going to suffer because of that is you. Step into your consciousness. Take the chance for yourself, for your well-being. Get a break. Give yourself a break, Sagittarius. Give yourself a break. Let's get rid of these energies. I want a card for the full moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius for the sign of Sagittarius. Let's get one more card before I close this out. Ooh, Judgment. It's decision time, baby. Bottom of the deck, again, Ten of Swords. You're closing out a cycle, and you have to make this decision now, and it's now or never. And I wasn't anticipating this reading to be this heavy, but you have to decide. And the minute you decide, you give yourself the chance to come back to life again. Give yourself the balance. Give yourself the justice. Could be in regards to a partnership with an air sign that is just way too, but it's not worth it. It's way too problematic and burdensome. There's no emotional contentment, and it just needs to come to an end, and a new beginning needs to be had. Yeah. So that you can get your confidence back, just so that you can bring yourself back into your magic, Sagittarius. I think that's all I have for you for now. If you'd like to book a reading, do visit www.rubyreadstarot.com. Leave the video a thumbs up if it resonated. Don't forget to share and subscribe. And other than that, do your best, Sagittarius, this month to just take a bit of accountability for your heart and your well-being and your mental health. And I feel as if nothing else should be put on top of that. It kind of needs to be precedent right now. And cleanse your energy. Smudge. Exercise. Give it to God. Yeah? I love you so much. If you'd like to book a reading, visit www.rubyreadstarot.com. I shall catch you guys again soon. Take it easy.